This gadget injects your banana with your favourite filling. I'm actually testing 8 kitchen gadgets today, so take a look and let me know which is your favourite. This first one's called a Banana Loca. Open up the box, and this is how it comes. It looks like they give us one of these pipe cleaning brushes as well. So here's the unit. It's a funny looking thing. It's got rubber feet on the base, and oh, this part here just unclips and removes. This part here lifts up, and it withdraws this rubber plunger. It pushes down into this hole, which is the hopper. At the front here, there's this yellow cap which we can unscrew, and underneath the handle here, there's an extrusion pipe. This section is also made up of a few parts. This stainless steel tube pulls out, and there's this white rod inside as well. But before I try using it, I'm giving it a quick clean, and use the pipe cleaner they supply to do inside the tubes. And once it's all clean and dry, it's time to assemble it. So this section pushes in the front here, and the yellow cap slides over and screws down to hold it in place. So to use it, we need to take a banana. Ideally, you want to find one as straight as possible, like this. Then we need to cut off about the bottom inch. Take this guide, push the end of the banana in, like this, and hold it down flat onto the tray to make it as straight as possible. So next we need to take this piece. This should remove the core of the banana. So slide it down into the hole here, push it down into the banana until you get to the end, then give it a little twist, and it's really important to put your thumb over the hole before you slowly pull it out, because this creates a vacuum which will keep the core inside the tube as you withdraw it. And there we go. Once it's out, you can remove the banana from the holder, and you can see that's actually really central. This is looking promising. And to remove the banana from this piece of pipe, we can use this little stick they gave us to just push it on out. Oh, check that out. Isn't it neat? No point wasting it. Nom nom nom. And now we need to fill up the gadget with whatever pairing you like. I'm going to use some Nutella, but you could use peanut butter, jams or jellies, or maybe yogurt. Carefully spoon it into the hopper and try not to make too much of a mess. Then close down the plunger and slowly start squeezing it out until it just reaches the end of the pipe. And now it's primed like this. It's ready for us to slide over our banana. Push it all the way down to the end, and check that out, doesn't it look crazy? What a thing. Now let's give it a go. I'm gently pushing down on the lever. Oh wow, it's actually pushing the banana out. I'm just guiding it with my hands, but it's the machine which is pushing it along, so it must be filling it up. And, yeah, there, we're at the end. Well, check that out. It definitely looks promising. Let's peel it back a little and see what we've got. If I snap off the end here, oh yeah, look at that. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, that's delicious. Snap it a bit further down and yeah, I mean it's still dead central. That's impressive. And this is the first time I've ever used it. If I unpeel it a bit more and snap some off, yeah, I think it's just lifted out the last little bit of Nutella. I'll drop that back in, then remove it from the skin. So it really looks like it's filled up all the way to the end, just where the bend is. Yeah, look, there we go. That really is quite clever. And it might seem like a little bit of a faff to use, but let's see how quickly I can do one without stopping. This really is such a funny gadget. I'm still trying to work out whether it's completely bonkers or genius. With the setup and the cleaning involved afterwards, personally I think it only makes sense to do quite a lot of bananas at the same time. Maybe for a party or for the family or something, because I don't think I'd really want to go through all this effort just for one banana. But there we go. That really hasn't taken long, has it? But what do you reckon of this gadget and what filling would you use? Let me know in the comments. But next I want to show you this. It's actually a spiralizer, and connected to this shaft are 2 metal rings. There's a sharp cutting edge on one face, and they're slightly angled. And I'll start by testing it with this cucumber. You need to cut off a section like this, then insert this spike centrally, and start twisting the handle. And because the cutting hoops are angled, it automatically pulls it through. I kept going until I broke through the bottom, then pulled it back through the top. Wow, check that out! That looks crazy! To take it off, you can remove the handle, then slide it off the skewer. That's amazing. I'm using it as a nice accessory to decorate a salad, and you don't have to waste the other part either. But next I'm going to try it on this potato, which is a lot firmer. But it did go straight through nice and easily. Then I pushed out the middle and slid it off the skewer. Oh, that's looking great, and I'll be cooking it in a minute. But first I'm going to try it out with this carrot. I chopped off the end, then bored a hole straight down from the top. But when it started breaking through the sides as the carrot tapered off, I snapped off the end and peeled it back to reveal this amazing carrot spiral. I'm going to roast this in the oven as well, but one of the cool things you can do is uncoil the 2 spirals and swap them over. I'm winding this potato spiral into the carrot spiral. It gives us this really cool white and orange stripy snack. Place them onto a baking tray and spray with a little oil, then I left them to roast. check them out, they look great, and they're a nice alternative to normal roast potatoes or chips. But next we're going to look at this, grape cutter. It says it's easy to clean, you can use it with one hand, non-slip plunger, and it cuts the grapes into quarters safely. So let's open it up and take a look. Slide it out of this bag, and here we are. Quite an interesting looking thing. And you can see this cross-blade design here at the bottom. It's got some pretty vicious looking serrated teeth. So I'm sure it's sharp, and when you squeeze the handle, it pushes this plunger down onto the blades. A simple little design, but let's see how well it works. So I placed a grape inside, and well, that was easy. Open it out and, yeah, 4 quarters. That really is effortless, and a nice safe way of keeping away from blades. I'm going to try out with the rest of these grapes, which vary a bit in size. And oh look, there's a little bit of skin caught on the blade there, but with a little tap upside down, it's dislodged it, and it's easy to remove. But if we look at the grapes, you can see a few of them do vary in size a bit. Some really quite big, and some just little slivers. I think it comes down to the size of the grape that we put in the unit, and what sort of angle it's at when we squeeze it through. But it says it also works with tomatoes, so let's try that out. Place one in. Oh, it might be a little bit on the large side. And when I squeeze it through, it kind of... oh, that's not great. Well, it has cut it. Let's try another. Well, it sticks a bit, but yeah, that's worked. It seems to struggle a bit pushing the last bit through. You can see the whole thing is just flexing a bit here, and I wonder if these tomatoes are just a touch too big. But it has done it. It does seem a little bit awkward, but after a couple more goes, I did find it actually works well. You need to keep your thumb at the top of the handle, nice and close to the tomato, and give it a good quick push down. Don't try and push it through slowly. It actually seems to make a big difference. And the end result is this bowl of really nicely chopped tomatoes. Perfect for a salad or something. And what I really like about this gadget is it seems super easy to wash. There's not really a lot to get dirty anyway, and you can even fit a brush inside. Now, have you ever seen one of these? It suctions down onto the work surface to hold it firm while you use it, and it's actually for preparing apples. Hold this lever and slide back the bar, then push an apple onto the 3 prongs like this. Release the cutting arm and turn the handle, and the apple slowly winds forward. When it hits the blade, it starts to peel it. Keep turning it until the apple is all the way through the other side. It reminds me a little bit of peeling an apple with a drill bit, by poking an apple on the end and holding the peeler against it as you rotate the drill. And what I really like about this gadget is, well, for a start, the peel is so neat, and when we pull the apple off, it's actually also cored it, straight down the middle. And not only that, it's also sliced it too, into this amazing spiral. How cool is that? There's links in the description to all of these gadgets in case you want to buy one, and it makes it so easy for cooking. With just a few slices of a knife, we have these small chopped up pieces of apple, perfect for a pie. Now, have you tried one of these? It's a really handy apple corer, and it's so easy to use with this nice sturdy handle which gives you a good grip, and is hinged here so you can open up the drawer to remove the core. It just pushes straight down into the centre of your apple, then open it up and remove. But next, let's take a look at this cutting gadget. It's like a large pair of tongs with combs at the end. The idea is we hold something like a lemon in it, then use a knife to cut down in between the prongs. It should give us lovely even slices. And looking at the bottom, you can see it's cut all the way through, so let's see what we've got. Well, yeah, that's actually worked really well. Look at that, perfectly even slices. Pretty cool, huh? And I'm going to test it with this tomato. It is really good because it keeps your fingers nicely away from a blade, and it does seem to work really well, but you'll have to be careful not to blunten your knife. But I definitely prefer it to this gadget. This one's got 10 little serrated blades, and it's also designed for cutting tomatoes. But I do find it feels a bit awkward to use, because you have to hold the tomato from underneath whilst you cut down with a tool from the top, back and forth, a bit like a saw. Then when you're halfway through, you need to swap your hand over to the top, carry on with the cutting, and when you're all the way through, this is what I got. To be fair, it has worked really well, and I did find with a bit of practice, it is easy enough to use. But next I want to show you this amazing 4-in-1 fruit slicer. It comes with 3 different cutting tools, and this sturdy base for holding the fruit. The cutting tools are very sharp, so you do need to handle them carefully. And I'm going to start by trying it with an apple. Sit it on the base, and this tool should chop the apple into segments and remove the core. Just hold it centrally over the top and push straight down. That's worked well. Remove the core, and we've got these lovely bite-sized segments. Now let's try it with a tomato, but this time I'm going to use this tool. It's similar to the last one, but there's no hole in the middle for coring, and this one's actually got serrated blades. They look vicious, so let's give it a go. Oh wow, that sliced it really well, no problem at all. And we've got these lovely even segments. If you had a lot of tomatoes to cut, this thing would be ideal. Let's try it again. Yeah, it does work really well. Now this final cutting tool should remove the pit from this mango, so let's try that. This is a little bit awkward to stand upright on the base, and you might have to hold it steady while you line the tool up on the top. Then push it down and yeah, that's worked really well too. It's cut off the 2 side bits with all the fruit. And here's the centerpiece with the pit. You can of course use a knife to cut off any of the fruit left on here, and these outer bits have cut really well. They look amazing. And here's a great little life hack. You can run it over the edge of a drinking glass to remove the fruit from the skin. Check that out. And once it's free, slice it up with a knife. Now if you'd like to see this really cool banana, which is actually a fidget toy but looks so realistic, you can check out this video here where I test out 9 different gadgets. Have fun, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching.